Feeling a bit thirsty? Well, we're here at the Australian Wine Festival 2000. This only comes twice a year, so you're watching it here on 15 Fabulous Minutes.
Would you like a glass of wine? Yes, you may. Just stand in line.
Okay. Oh, that is good. What do I spit?
Suck air through it. Big, noisy.
Already got your nose in the glass, smelling it as you drink.
Oh, wow. It's not about choosing the right wine. It's also about choosing the right glass. So there's many. No, hang on. I'll start again. It's not about choosing the right glass. No, that's not right. It's not. It's about choosing the right wine. No, that's not right. Okay, there's about over 8,000 wines to taste here today, and we're in the Victorian Yellow Valley section as a starter, and not a bad place to come. We're at the Yellow Valley Hills Stanchill Vineyard. Now, how old is your vineyard?
Oh, the vineyard itself? Yeah. Planted in the early 80s.
Early 80s.
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
So how long does it take to cultivate a really good grape then?
Oh, look, so you get your best grapes, or you get the good grapes start to come any time after 7 years, I think.
7 years. So that's a big investment. You've just got to sit around, watch these grapes grow, prune, and do it for 7 years.
They're like children. You just have to treat them like children, you know?
So what are your best wines here?
Probably the best wine that we're producing at the moment is the Pinot Noir or the Cabernet, and our Chardonnay is excellent also. If you wanted to try any one of these, they're worth.
Sure. Now, what's the key? What's the secret of this? What do you put in it? Is it just the grape, or is it like the way it's your spices or the oak or
It's all of those things, and it's a lot of love as well, I think.
a lot of love, a touch of love in each bottle. Now, do I taste that love in the swallow technique?
No doubt.
Is that a part of the love technique that you must swallow?
Oh, look, I think that's imperative.
You're not a spit kind of guy yourself?
Certainly not. No.
No. All right. A wine of seduction. That's my wine of seduction. Including the staff here. I mean, gee. I think alcohol's the key to everything. Just get anyone drunk and you're laughing.
That's pretty much it. Why don't you try this Chardonnay? Look.
Now, what are the flavours I'm going to be experiencing here?
Look, this is a magnificent example of Yarra Valley Chardonnay. Some lovely cool climate fruit flavours in there.
So what am I looking for? When obviously I have no idea.
No idea?
I'll go to a supermarket and go, that bottle looks good, the picture's pretty.
Okay.
Okay.
Going on a
But
pretty picture is
obviously the colour is important.
Colour's very important. If you know the grape that you're actually dealing with, you should have an understanding of what the colour is going to give you in the
Now,
glass.
what am I smelling here?
You'd be smelling Chardonnay.
Well, what's the top note?
On the top note is probably the butterscotchy sort of characteristic. There's some lovely fruity sort of character that's coming through, some white peach, those sorts of characters, some melon also, nice cool climate Chardonnay characters.
Brings me here
Apart
today.
from the wine, I guess.
Purely the wine and the enjoyment of being and seeing all of that Australia has to offer to the industry.
What are some of your favourite wines?
Look, we enjoy from wines from throughout Australia, particularly some from the smaller vineyards throughout Tasmania. It's probably our pick of the day. Brand game, but not represented here. Of course, some of the newer areas like Orange, Mudgee taking off, and of course some of the historical areas like the Hunter.
So what is so special about New South Wales wines? As a comparison to say something from Victoria or Queensland or so on.
Well, there's great wine being made throughout Australia, but this is the Orange region. Our characteristics are high altitude, so we get a mild growing season, cold nights, dry autumn, so we get a long ripening period, good natural acidity.
Is it harder to grow grapes in that environment, or is it better for the grape, really?
There's some benefits, there's some downsides.
What are the downsides? Frostbite. Yeah.
Frost is probably the big problem. Wind can be a problem. Sometimes they're a bit slow to ripen, and you run the risk of getting kind of an early winter and getting rain at harvest.
So you can actually have a really bad year for wine, basically. If you're producing a wine and they go, oh, that year is not a really good year.
No, 2000 vintage was a shocker. You know, it's just a nightmare.
So what do you do with it? Once you've produced like a 2000, thousands of bottles made in 2000, and you're going, this is the worst crop we've ever had. How do we get rid of it?
Well, to make a good wine, we had to reject like half of our grapes, just drop them on the ground, and you know,
That's a lot of a loss.
that's a huge loss. Yeah, I mean,
Does that make the bottle more expensive because you have to compensate it, or do you have to wear the compensation and saying, well, this year we're not making much?
yeah, you just got to wear the, you know, because I mean, if the wine's just average, even if it costs a fortune to make, you know, people can't pay for a bad, you know, they pay on the quality, not on the.
It goes on a reputation factor as well. Obviously, if you've got a name like obviously coming from Orange, good wine, it's got to stay that way. You got to keep your wines the better wines.
Yeah. So we're in that situation where our top labels, we may not produce a 2000 because the quality's not there. So
One drink too many here at the Yarra Valley stand. And what are you actually promoting today?
These are our Chandon cocktails. So this one here is our Chandon Brut with cassis, which is a black currant liqueur. And this one is our Chandon Brut with Maduri.
With Maduri. So it's got a nice, very yellow colour.
Yeah, and they're just a bit of fun. They're expanding the versatility of our wines.
So why a test tube and not a champagne glass?
Because it's the exact amount of a shot, so we're encouraging people to just have it in one go, and it's different.
So down the hatch. Maduri, huh? This is a new one?
Yeah, they're all new. They've just been launched in Sydney, and we're about to start serving them in the Greenpoint room.
Fantastic. And how's the launch going for something like this?
Really well. It was really good. It was just a media launch, so they're available in bars and restaurants, things like that. And soon, early January, it'll be launched in Melbourne.
What is it with cheese and wine that go so well together? What is it that?
I don't know, but traditionally they have always gone together, especially in France and Italy and Germany. I can't tell you.
Can't tell me. But what are you producing here? You actually produce cheeses from the Yarra Valley itself?
That's right. We're showcasing two cheeses today, our Mascarpone Real and our Persian Feta. Both of them are very popular cheeses. We call our feta Persian Feta because it's quite different from a Greek or a Bulgarian style feta. It's not marinated in brine for as long, and then we wash it and marinate it again in olive oil, fresh thyme, garlic, black pepper and bay leaves. So it's got a lot of flavour, heaps of flavour.
Well, we'll just give that one a try. It sounds delicious. And mascarpone, I love a little bit of cream. Do your big desserts with that one, basically. How long does something like this last for, this sort of cheese, basically?
Persian Feta in its tin unopened will last at least 2 months in your fridge. This one doesn't last as long. It really needs to be eaten within about 5 days.
Fantastic. Black cows, white cows, spotted cows?
Black and white.
Do you mix your cows?
Yeah. What are you suggesting? We should keep them apart?
Yeah, I don't know about mixing. You know, it's like mixing red with white. It could be dangerous. Have you starting your child off quite young, are you?
Yeah, well, everyone's telling me to stick the dummy in the musket, but...
Do you think that works? Keeps them quiet because it's awfully quiet here.
Well, it's better me drinking it than feeding him.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Then what brings you here?
The wine, tasting the wine, and we're starting up a wholesale
winery.
Yeah.
Okay, so has it been really informational for you here?
Yeah, it's been great.
So you come all the way down from Sydney to Melbourne?
From Sydney to Adelaide, spend a couple of days in Adelaide to Melbourne.
To Melbourne, just doing the wine thing. And you're going to pick all the Victorian wines and take them to Sydney?
Absolutely, just the Victorian wine.
Just Victorian wine. Thank you. Fine. What's so good about this wine?
Well, it's from the pointy end of the whole business. It's up the top there in the Adelaide Hills. So in the cool areas, you get wines with finer flavours and quite often, in good years, very good concentration. So we try to plant our grapes in the warmest spots in the coolest areas. In the hills above Adelaide, there's a fantastic array of vineyards and orchards and things like that.
So you can tell the difference geographically from where sort of grapes are grown? How important is that?
Well, it is very important. It's about finding the right soils in the right climate, and you can taste the difference between the different areas where the wines are produced.
Now, how old is your winery?
Our winery is about 15 years old.
15, so that's pretty good, pretty old.
Quite new in the wine industry terms, but for the region we're in, the Adelaide Hills, although it was a big region last century, this century it's only been, well, 2 centuries ago, in the 20th century, it wasn't until the late 1970s that vineyards were replanted again in the Adelaide Hills.
So how old does a vineyard have to be before you have to replant? How long does a grape last?
Wines are a bit like people. The older they get, they do it less, but they do it better. In Australia...
Are you speaking from personal experience, obviously, then, because I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Exactly.
God forbid. Yeah.
So in Australia, we have vineyards. We don't have any, in parts of South Australia, Adelaide Hills, we don't have the vine disease phylloxera. So there's almost no limit to how old the vines can get. In fact, they can be 150 years old before they need replanting.
Really? So you get like one bottle out of a 150-year-old plant, really?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Squeezing that last drop of wine out of there. Now, do you actually do the old process of getting your feet in there and mushing them away?
We just hop in, swim around. It's fantastic.
Swim around?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look for the hot spots.
Explains for the red feet, you know. So what are you going to show me here? This one looks. Now, what is that? That looks a rosé. So that's a mix of white and red.
No. It's actually just a red that we press off its skins very quickly, so it doesn't.
So it's a pinky colour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have
a go.
I just love throw it out.
Okay, you know how to taste?
Yeah. Okay. Show me.
Give it a big
swirl.
Big swirl.
Yeah.
Big swirl. Big sniff. Okay, then in the gob, but don't swallow. In the gob.
In the gob.
Swallow. Suck air through it. Big, noisy.
Oh, I swallowed.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Oops, I wasn't. There's 5 green bottles sitting on the wall.
Actually, I won't name him, but a friend of mine said he can remember coming to work here, but he can't actually remember getting the train home. So.
Yeah, I don't think I'll actually remember doing the whole show here by the end of it, but we'll see how we go.
And what are you doing here?
I come here for the ambience and the people.
And why the camera and the microphone?
I like to record the memory because I know after drinking so much today, I'll forget it.
And what percentage of the home video makers do you think actually watch their videos after returning home?
All my audience of Melbourne, actually. Lovely lady here looks a little bit dippy. Got a few dips here. This is like the wine filler, isn't it?
Yes,
Feeling a bit tipsy, need a dip.
Our pestos, our full range of pestos and dips here, we're selling them today.
Pestos are really popular. What is it with the trend of pestos that's going on at the moment?
Because they've got a strong, lovely flavour. And we've got a really super asparagus pesto, which is new on the market, which is...
So what's in that besides the obvious?
Asparagus.
And what else?
Nuts. Nuts.
So you're replacing the basil with the asparagus. Oh. So what kind of, obviously you got different, a basil pesto, a dill pesto, okay. That sounds interesting.
Coriander pesto, sun-dried tomatoes with chilli.
Oh, that's very strong. I like that. Very dill. You ain't a dill on that one, making that one, huh? Carrot and basil, the old classic. Basil pesto. Pine nuts?
Asparagus mousse. No, not pine nuts, no.
No? What's the nut?
Cashew nuts.
Cashew. Now that's also a trend, like pestos with pine nuts or cashews or walnuts or any nuts really. How do you know what wine to get for what meal? For instance, I'm going to cook asparagus because I've got a lovely pesto now. What do I know, or how do I know to get a certain wine that's going to complement that?
Well, you need a beautiful, due to the acidity in the asparagus, I will give you a wine which is fruit-driven, being a Riesling, that will complement it.
So is that the idea, you sort of match and change and go, okay, a bit woody, a bit fruity? Okay, it's going to be, don't go away. Like, where am I going to go? I'm getting free alcohol. Anyway.
Always match your food with your wine. And the fruitiness of the Shiraz and the flavours of the acidity will be beneficial to the asparagus.
Now, how do you know this? Is this years of experience of trying asparagus 100 million wines, or?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, that is good.
That's
I see. Any of these good for using in cooking as well, like pouring it in, or not so much? These are more drinky.
I'm always off the belief that if you're going to cook with wine, it should be the wine you drink.
Oh, use the same. If you can not finish that bottle in the food. Well, there you go. There's munching away. How are you enjoying that?
It's lovely.
What are you going for?
The roasted capsicum.
I'm going to try that. There's the asparagus. Yeah, it is lovely, and it's really nice with the drop of the green vineyard Sauvignon Blanc.
Guys, highly recommended.
Yeah, highly recommended. Very sharp. I haven't used this glass. That end. That's my mouth print there. You can use that. Yeah.
In the 90s.
And tell me what you think of the combination of that with the wine. Is it a winner?
We make a carrot.
Work well?
Very
Thank
well.
this man over here because he knows his stuff. There's 8,000 wines here to taste, and I think I'm halfway through them. But it's not about just the wine and choosing the right wine, but it's choosing the right glass as well. The appropriate glass. Now, obviously, there's a difference between a red glass and a white glass, correct? Show us the difference for all those out there who are totally clueless.
Okay. The whole reason of a wine-specific glass has been developed for each individual wine variety. So for red wine glasses, you predominantly have a larger wine glass with a larger bowl.
Why is that?
So you can swirl the red wine around, break up the molecules, enhance the aroma.
Okay, and you can't do that in a white?
Well,
Don't need to.
White glasses are predominantly smaller, but you don't need to do that because they usually have such concentrated oak or fruit flavours that you don't need to really break them up and open them up as much. So
I love this shaped glass. This was probably one of the most fashionable glasses today.
A dessert wine glass or an aged champagne glass. Now for dessert wines, because they have such citrusy flavours as apricot and peach, you pick up the concentration of the flavours by, once again, a wide surface here, and then the funneling of the fumes and the aromas up here.
Do you think they're designed sexy as well? Is a glass sexy?
It's very funky.
Funky. Not sexy, but funky. There's 4 green bottles sitting on the wall. I mean, really, I'd stick a candle in that and put it on the dining room table. Chocolate mousse. Oh, that'd be sick. No, that's just disgusting. Okay.
The reason you have a big glass for red wine is if you smell that out of that glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the same wine?
Yeah. So you can imagine breaking up that glass, the molecules, the surface area. It heightens the perception.
Oh, that is really different. That's amazing. So it does play a huge role.
Absolutely. That's right. Now,
it's a shame we don't have smell-o-vision because that smells average. Same wine, different glass. Amazing bouquet here.
and even if you taste
The flavour even differs. Get out of here. What do I spit?
there.
You got a pocket? Okay.
This is it. You've already got your nose in the glass, smelling it as you drink.
A whale? Oh, wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. This is a test of all tests. Now, like I'm holding it up to my nose. I get a full half-minute whiff of that.
Absolutely.
So that's tantalising my taste buds already.
90% of what you're tasting is smell.
Yeah, it is too.
Because you've only got 4 basic tastes: salt, bitter, acid, and sweetness.
You sure that's the same wine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, there you go. Get a big glass. The bigger, there is more is more. That's the noughties. Yeah, more is more for red. We have the glass polishing girls who have been sitting here all day. How's it been for you?
Great. It's changed my life.
It has. How many glasses have you been sitting here cleaning?
Thousands.
Thousands. Did you know there's over 30,000 people in here over 6 days?
Do you know there's over 40,000 glasses?
Over 40,000 glasses?
I heard it was 60,000 glasses. Actually.
No, I heard a rumour back there it was 80. Let's start one, huh?
Wow.
So you're here just to polish?
Yeah. And we're the face of the event. We're the first face that people see when they come in here. And
Or through this door anyway.
well, yeah.
That's the most important door.
That's the most important door. Gate 5.
Everyone goes there.
So come in here, you walk into the show, grab your free glass. Can I take this home?
No.
Oh. Whoops. That fell in there. WA Wines. Now, so what's so good about your wines?
Good piss.
It's good piss. We like that. Now, what are you special? I noticed you got a lot of red here.
Yes, we have plenty of red. And
What is the difference between the making of a red and a white? Is there any difference?
The whites generally are made to drink now, and the reds generally are made to drink now and a little bit later.
So how long do you sit the red around and wait?
Depends on the quality of the red. The standard reds will sit for about 2 to 3 years. And
That's a basic. What's a house wine? House red is just a basic 3-year wait?
Depending on how much you want to pay for a house red. But generally, house red is ready to drink now. It's made quickly, it's soft, it hasn't got the body of the better wines.
Oh no, I hate it when they do that. Oh, after all that wine and the trickling of a fountain. Toilet. Where's the toilet? I need to go to the toilet. Man cannot live on wine alone. Help yourself to the bread, loves. I've got a little bit too much of a loaf. I don't get the wine and bread. What's the deal?
Well, you need the bread to soak up the wine.
Better give me 3 packets. Obviously, you guys have had a lot of drinking going on, isn't there?
We've got our Helga's bread here.
I got my Helga's bread too.
Where's yours?
I've stuffed it in my bag.
Where are you from?
Have you had a lot of drink? Did you just like meet each other here?
No.
Have you got red lipstick on, or is that because of the red wine?
It's because of the red wine.
I thought so, and you're wearing red lipstick too.
No,
Where'd you get that? I love that colour, Lippy. So are you enjoying it here, obviously?
It's unreal.
Do you find that people get more attractive the more drinking you do?
No.
You're saying I'm ugly?
No.
Do you know this guy? You sure? You just met here, didn't you?
No.
I spilt wine on her. You see her red top?
A whole top.
And then she went, oh, that was great.
So I think you guys are going to go home and have a lot of fun, aren't you?
Yeah, maybe.
Is that why you come here?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I won't say it, but do you think alcohol's a good way of getting lucky?
No.
No, why not?
It helps.
It helps.
It does help.
Yeah, but do you find she just says lay there, but what about yourself? I mean, when you're pissed, you won't get it up.
Oh, no, I never had that problem.
No? Alcohol
Never.
makes you horny?
Oh, yeah. Shit,
Yeah? Oh, yeah, obviously. I mean, look at these two lovebirds. But anyway, I want to know why we are recycling corks and why is it that important?
Recycling them so that they don't get thrown into landfill.
Is that what's been made of them?
No, what's being made of them is car gaskets and the flooring. We collect them, send them back to the cork recyclers, and then the money that we get from the corks is used to provide the Girl Guides with, first of all, it was tents for their various camps.
So now they've got their tents?
They've got their tents. Now they can apply to Guide Centre for what we call a cork grant.
I would never even think to keep the cork, so what am I doing with the cork? Who do I give it to?
The body shop is a good place to go.
Body shop?
All the body shops are set up as cork recyclers for us.
Fantastic. So next time, don't throw out your cork. Chuck it in a box, save it and give it to the body shop so we can have some good foundation. Oh, that's a big jug you got.
Don't ask me anything about wine. I only drink it.
You know what I love about wine? The more you drink, the gorgeous women look.
Oh, what are you saying? If you hadn't drunk so much, I wouldn't
beautiful.
look gorgeous.
Don't you think I'm good looking?
You just heard I'm getting married, so you can afford to do that. Oh, you're gorgeous.
You've had a
I
lot of
haven't
drink.
had a lot.
You haven't
I've
had a lot.
two
Oh, isn't she
The whole
great?
show I've had 2 tastes of
Oh, look,
wine.
I have 2. Come here as well. Come on. Here's another beauty.
Gina's gorgeous.
What
The
brings?
Amazon girl.
What brings you at the wine show?
The boyfriends.
The boyfriends. What? You're hunting for a boyfriend?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, they're in the wine industry.
I know. Well, I don't know. You can hear at a wine show. You mean you don't want to get a drunk? You get drink. You can have a look from in. You know, hi, everybody looks great. What's your favourite wine?
I haven't drunk enough to think everyone looks great.
Really?
No, but
Do you think wine's a good way of getting someone into bed?
Of course. Why does everyone drink it?
Why? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Is that how you got your boyfriend? Okay, I'm here with Narelle, who's just magic. How can I talk and get this done at the same time? Is impossible. I tell you, I'm falling asleep. I like it hard. Like it like my wine. Good, strong bottle. Anyway, we're here at the Adelaide Hills. Ooh, actually the alcohol's kicking in on this one. There's 3 green bottles, they're on the wall. A wine maker. Now, what makes a winemaker make wine? I had to say that, and I said it without stopping.
It's a great mix of literally getting into it up to your elbows and science and a tiny bit of art and a bit of all those things. That's what makes it appealing.
What makes you get into it? What, you just do a course? Like you started off at a make your own beer kit in the supermarket and you thought I'd progress to wine? Or?
I'm sure a lot of winemakers do start that way. I was brought up near a winemaking region, and so I've always had wine as part of my life and part of my family. And so from there, yes, I actually had an early midlife crisis and changed from my other career and did go to university, got a degree